Hello my lovelies, and welcome. Thank you for clicking on this reading and for joining and becoming a member. I really appreciate your energy and your support. So this is one of my first exclusive readings for members only. This is a part 2, so this is messages from your future spouse, but it's a part 2 version, so I'm hoping to get a little bit more detail for you. Part 1 has been posted on my channel, available to everyone, and I've added the link below if you haven't watched it already, or if it will be of interest to you. Otherwise, I hope to get sort of additional information in this reading, so it should hopefully cover a lot. So I've got 2 piles for you to pick from, pile number 1 and pile number 2, and then we'll go in and have a look at your messages from your future spouse or future partner. Okay, pile number 1, that's for those of you that selected this oracle. We are going to shuffle and get your oracle cards first. So what I want to find out is, how will your future spouse or future partner feel when they first see you? So from the moment they first meet you or first see you, how are they going to feel? And then we're going to get some information about their first impression versus how they feel when they get to know you. Okay, so then we'll do one on once they've got to know you, how would they feel, and then we're going to get some messages. And obviously I do leave these open, so sometimes additional information come in, so I won't limit it. So let's have a look. For pile number 1, how would their future spouse, future partner feel when they first see them? When they first see them. Oh wow, okay. So so what I can see from these cards is, first of all, when they first see you, they're going to find you to be very mysterious. They're going to find you to be someone that's kind of someone they can't get to, if that makes sense. So kind of very mysterious, very kind of magical. You're someone that's quite intuitive, and it's kind of coming across in your energy, so they'll pick up on that. So when they first see you, they're going to feel like you're a very calm, collected person. You're very patient, and straight away they're going to see themselves with you. So for some reason they're going to feel like which is a bit out of the ordinary for them to feel an instant connection, but they're going to feel like, I can really be with this person. They're going to have romantic feelings for you. They're going to find you attractive. They're going to find you sort of, you know, if you're a feminine watching for the masculine, they're going to find you sort of kind of like a divine feminine, and vice versa. So if you are, you know, watching for a female, then they're going to find you like the divine masculine, if that makes sense. Okay, I feel like there's going to be instant attraction there. They are going to have that instant connection. Okay, so because they're going to have romantic feelings for you, and not only their feelings, but I feel like picking up on your energy. So your energy is going to be very warming, very calming, and they're not going to feel kind of intimidated around you, or like they can't make, you know, they won't be able to approach you. But you're going to come across, as I said, as someone calm, collected, patient, sweet. And you know, you might not be kind of an introvert, you know, but you're just coming, your energy is very calming, very soothing. Okay, so let's see what other information we can get with some tarot. So pile number 1, when the future spouse sees them, how they're going to feel. Well, how they're going to feel when they first see them. How they're going to feel when they first see them. How they're going to feel, whoa, when they first see them. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, they might have a decision to make. So if they are in a connection at the time that they meet you, then they're going to be making some sort of decision, obviously to move, to kind of, you know, ask you out, progress, and, you know, choose you. So that's for some. They might, you know, have some sort of decision to make. For others, they might feel like they won't know how to approach you. So there'll be some indecision about how they're going to approach you, how they're going to make their feelings known, because they just see you as this beautiful, you know, just all-rounded person. So with the Queen of Cups here, regardless of gender, just energy, they see you as someone that's caring, nurturing, that have, you know, emotionally balanced, someone that's just really has other people's interest at heart as well. It's not just all about you. You're, as I said, with the patient, and that you're just kind of their ideal type. And like with the Emperor, they're like coming across as they're like the divine masculine, again, regardless of gender. So you can, it's just the energy, right? It's the energy. So you just take what energy resonates with you, and then obviously the other person will be the other energy. It's just easier, obviously, this way to kind of explain the situation. So this person could be in someone in an authoritative role. They could be sort of a leader. They could have their own business. They are someone that could be older than you. Could be an Aries, but doesn't have to be. They are someone that is very strategic. They kind of, you know, think, plan, and then execute. They're very disciplined, and they kind of want to give, okay? So they're going to feel kind of protective over you. They're going to feel like they want to look after you, nurture you, kind of be there for you. They want to be a provider. But when they first see you, they feel like they're going to have to fight off competition, because they feel you're so attractive and you're a really good catch. They're thinking, God, am I going to have to fight off other people? I need to really make my feelings clear. I need to show pile number 1 of it, you know, that I'm interested. They're going to want a new beginning, but they're going to take the leap of faith, regardless of how they're feeling. But I don't think that they're pulling back at all looking at these. I think it's just kind of, they find you so like attractive, they find you to be a good catch, they just have the feelings for you straight away, that they're just going to take the leap of faith, ask you out, or make their feelings clear. Okay, so that's how they're going to feel when they first see you. Shall we have a look at how they're going to approach you? How, or shall we see where you might meet your future spouse? Where might they meet their future spouse? Where or how? Where or how? Where or how? Okay, I'm not getting where, but I feel like it's going to be a time where you are going to be focused on yourself. So for some of you, you might have just broken up, or you might just kind of be a bit guarded, be looking after your heart, be looking after yourself, because you might have been hurt previously from other sort of connections. You're kind of balancing your energy. So let's see. For others, it could be that you're looking to be more disciplined. It's at a time where you're more disciplined, so you might be cutting out certain foods at your diet, you know, looking to eat cleaner, maybe stop drink alcohol, or it might be that you're actually cutting someone else out who is very toxic, with the devil there. But it's a time when you're going into introspection, so where you are healing and just kind of looking inside for answers. I feel like some of you would have been dealing with someone that is very manipulative, or just didn't show all their cards, or didn't really actually weren't honest with who they were. So for some, it could be, I mean, it could be a variety of things. An example could be that they were, you know, a player, and they were seeing other people. That's just one example. They were a bit of a charmer. They weren't mature. They weren't looking for long-term commitment. They were just, you know, it could have been a crush, or they're just crushing on you. For others, so you're trying to, it's at a time where you're probably going to be balancing your energy, and just looking to you know, pour back into your own self, so self-healing and things like that. But you're definitely, I feel, breaking away. It's at a time where you're breaking away from something, or you're changing up something that wasn't working for you, and you're kind of being a bit guarded in terms of who you're letting into your energy. And that's, I feel, when this Emperor is going to come in. Right, let's have a look at, where are you going to meet them? How are you going to meet your future spouse or future partner? How are you going to meet them? How? There's a lot of renewal energy, a lot of reflection, starting fresh. Okay. I feel like they're not telling me kind of where you're going to meet them. They're just telling me how, or like they're telling me the time you're going to meet them, so what energy you're going to be in. So like with the Judgment, it's after something has caused you to reflect and change a way of doing things. Or it could be that, you know, you were taken to your knees by a relationship, or by someone that was really deceptive, or that was really manipulative, and you've been working on yourself, you've been working on your energy, you've been working on healing yourself, and that's when this person's going to come in. I feel like it's kind of a good luck, it's good karma coming in for you. It's a relationship that you are kind of deserving, in terms of someone that's serious, committed, and obviously they're your future spouse, but they're just going to be someone that's kind of, you know, very disciplined, very protective, caring, providing. They're going to want to build with you. Okay, so it's like it's going to be like an end of a maybe karmic cycle you were in, or it doesn't have to be karmic cycle in a relationship, but just a cycle of something that you had to learn, and you kind of renewed, and you've got a different perspective, and you kind of reawakened and re-emerged into this new person that's kind of in a different energy than you were in before. And with the Devil, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone or relationship, but for some of you, I do feel it is. It could just be that you are you know, breaking off, or you're, you know, doing a new routine. Maybe you're going to the gym, you're cutting out foods that are not very healthy for you, or foods that are bringing you down, you know, if it was affecting your health and things like that. But definitely change of luck, something that's destined to come in with your future spouse. Okay, so it is going to be like a wish fulfillment when they do come in. They are going to obviously, I feel like, what's with the Judgment? Okay, clarify the Judgment. Just wants to be flying out. For some of you, you might be going through a divorce, and that's when you're going to meet your future spouse. So with the 5, the 6 of Pentacles, it could be someone that's helping you out during your divorce, during a legal battle, it, you know, it could be that's how they come in, or it could be at a time when you are going through it. So this person's going to be very fair. They're going to be, the relationship's going to be balanced, but it's going to be like there's going to be some sort of massive change in your life. There's going to be a real massive change with the Judgment, like some sort of awakening, some sort of change in your life, where, you know, you're not going to be the person that you were before. You're going to be a new, different person, in terms of your perspective, in terms of how you look at things, and you're just going to feel totally renewed. There is some sort of maybe legality coming in. So as I said, you might be going through divorce. It might be like a custody battle if you have children. So that's the energy I feel when this person's going to come in, and there could be possibly someone that's going to be helping with this. Okay, let's see, how are they going to approach you? Who's going to ask who out? Who's going to ask who out? I feel like it's something that's going to happen easily. Let's have a look. I think you're just going to be doing you. Pile number 1, you're just going to be concentrating on, like I said, whatever it is that's going on in your life. For some of you, you might have children or a child, and you're just focusing on, you know, getting, you know, everything sorted, stability and things like that. And you are just kind of using all the resources, just being really resourceful, and you're trying to make the best out of the situation. You're not going to be looking for love. You're not going to be looking to get into another relationship again. You're just going to be focused on you, and they are just going to come in. I need more information. How are they going to come in? How's this Emperor going to come in? Too many cards. How's the Emperor going to come in? Unexpectedly. They're not giving me any more information. They're going to come in unexpectedly. It's someone that's very skilled in their job. Yeah, with the Moon. It's hidden. It's really hidden. It's not coming up with how you're going to meet them. Or who's, you know, any more information. But it is going to happen very sudden, very unexpectedly, where you're totally doing you. It's something that's going to come out of left field, something come out of nowhere, and you're just going to be, you know, focusing on your earnings. You're going to be focusing on work, or you're going to be focusing on your income. And, you know, if you are training maybe for a job, or if you're trying to open a new business, whatever it is, but you're focusing on you. I feel this person is also well skilled in their area of work. They're an expert in their area of work. They are quite knowledgeable, and they are someone that has literally worked upwards to where they are, but then obviously the rest is, you know, hidden from you. And the reason that is, sometimes it's because an action or what you do can affect the outcome, if that makes sense. So the less you know, the better. That way you can't interfere with this person coming in. So all I'm getting is that this person is very intelligent. They're someone that is skillful, and they are quite high up, maybe. Let's see, 8 of Pentacles. They're just skilled with the High Priestess. Again, it's hidden, and the Moon. They're not giving me any more information from these tarot in terms of what it is, but you two might be different from each other. That is one thing I'm getting. You might meet them in spring, summer, but that's all I'm getting. Okay, so we're not going to ask any more questions in terms of how and who's good. I feel like they're going to approach you, or it's going to happen naturally. It's going to happen easily, because they're just going to come out of nowhere. So it's going to be an interaction that's going to happen naturally, if that makes sense. You're not going to know, oh right, this is my future spouse, you know, but they're going to know straight away that they have feelings for you, that they see you as this beautiful goddess, this, regardless of gender, energy wise, you know, they see you as someone that's very caring, nurturing, very patient. And if you are watching, obviously, for the other sort of masculine, sorry, feminine, then that's exactly how they're going to view you too. Right, we're going to do their first impression versus how they're going to feel when they get to know you. So once they got to know you, how they're going to feel. Once the Tower. Once they get to know you, how they're going to feel. Okay, I feel like they're going to feel that you have gone through a lot. Okay. Let's see what's dropped. We've got one that's dropped. So we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like they're going to feel like you're someone that's gone through a lot. So when they do ask you out, or they do make their feelings clear, they're going to do so and be mindful of you, what you're going through, and you know, what you've been through as well. Again, if it's not a relationship, previous relationship you've been in, it's something else. So it could be something that was very stressful, you know, something that you had to deal with that was very difficult, and it could really be anything. But I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, they're going to be like wanting to take care of you. So with, you know, it's nostalgia, feeling at home. So as I said, they're going to be mindful of what you've been through and people that have been deceitful previously. So there's something or some that was very deceitful that you've been through, or very kind of someone pulling the wool over your eye, someone that's trying to get something out of you in a deceitful manner, and they're just going to kind of be there but wait, and you know, they're not going to be making big hasty moves. And with caring connections, you might start off as friends, or you might start off as like acquaintances, and then they'll be constantly checking in on you, and then things will develop, if that makes sense. So there'll be that constant tight communication, or that constant checking in on you, whether you're friends or an acquaintance or something along those lines. But they are once they get to know you, they're really going to feel like you're someone that they want to build a home with. They're really going to want to provide for you. They're really going to want to, you know, be there for you as well. I'm not saying you can't be there for yourself, but they're going to want to be supportive. Okay. So that's the mess. So that's a little bit about them. Let's get some messages from them. Let's get some messages from your future spouse, future partner. So with the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, there's something that, you know, that you have been through that wasn't great. It was, you know, someone doing the dirty, or someone really being underhanded. So let's get some messages. So what would they want to say to you when they first meet you, but then not going to? What they're going to want to say to you when they first meet you. I feel like from the moment they meet you, what they're going to want to... Whoa! Okay, a lot of love. They, you know, there's going to be instant attraction. They're going to be in love with you pretty much from the start, but they're not going to make it known to you because of everything you're going through. So they're just going to take it easy. They're going to bide their time. They're going to come in slowly, or they're going to check in on you. You know, they're not going to be all creepy and all up in your space, especially if you're dealing with things. If anything, they're going to be more supportive, like, is there anything I can do for you? So you would have been probably speaking to each other for quite a while, because I've got, I love you so much, I need to express this before it's too late. So you would have gone back and forth talking to each other before you start off, you know, any romantic connection. So they are going to eventually sort of say to themselves that they need to make their feelings clear, ask you out, make their move before it's too late, before someone else comes in, or before they just lose their opportunity altogether. And obviously they're not going to lose their opportunity because this is your future spouse or future partner. They are, from the moment they meet you, they're so, I miss you like crazy and I will always love you. They're just going to miss you. They're always going to be thinking about you when you're not together. They're going to be thinking, are you okay, what you're doing? It depends like how close of a friend you are, if it's an acquaintance, and how appropriate it is depending on the relationship that you have come into each other's life as, or the role that you are playing in each other's lives at the time of meeting. So for example, if it's a colleague, they might, you know, be checking in as a colleague or an acquaintance. If it's like client, then it might not be so appropriate, but if it's a friend, you know, through college, through like education, then, you know, they'll have a bit more space to, they'll have more opportunities to touch base with you. So it'll be different for all of you. Let's see what messages we can get. So we have your family so accepting. I want to marry you. We have so much in common, and you are so beautiful inside out. So they find you really attractive, as we picked up on. You know, your person, not only the way that you look, but your personality as well. I feel like because you're going to be speaking, you know, you're not going to be, it's not going to be like, you know, with some meetings with some people, it's just like, they come into your life and they ask you out straight away and then you go on a first date. But here it's more like getting to know each other. So whilst you do get to know each other, they feel like you have so much in common. So you probably share the same interests, or you probably share something in common, or something that you both like you might both want to move abroad, or you both might like, you know, certain cuisine. When you do meet your family, you're going to really accept them. So when they do meet their family, your family, you're going to make them feel welcomed. If it's not your family, it might be your friends. So you know, you might consider your friends as family. They're going to want to marry you pretty much, you know, early on. So when you start dating, things are going to move forward. They're going to want to marry you. And let's see what else we get. So we give each other's space to be us. So it's not going to be a stifling relationship. And they appreciate that you're not needy, you're not codependent, and they really appreciate that about you, and that's why they feel like you're beautiful inside out. They will always have your back. So you know how we saw the Emperor, they want to be protective, they will always look out for your best interests. So yeah, they will always have your back. You are someone that's very open-minded. You're not someone that's you know, makes judgments or passes judgment, and they really like that about you. Okay, and that's kind of what they want to say, that, you know, that's what they really like about you. Okay, so that's all I see for you, my power number 1, in terms of messages from your future spouse. As I did pick up, it's not something that's going to move very quickly from the first meeting, but it's something that you're going to establish a friendship or connection where you're getting to know each other, because they're going to be mindful of what you've been through or what you're currently going to be going through. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this reading, my lovely power number 1. If it didn't resonate, then maybe pick power number 2, but I haven't done the reading for power number 2 yet, so I can't tell you what the energy is like yet, but perhaps you might want to give power number 2 a try if this doesn't resonate. But let me know in the comments below, you know, if you enjoyed this kind of reading, because this is an exclusive members only kind of reading. So let me know if there's anything in particular you would like to see, or, you know, or a particular reading that you would like, and I'll be happy to oblige. Okay, my power number 1, I wish you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, depending where you are, and thanks again for being a beautiful member. Thank you. Bye. Hi there, my lovely power number 2. So let's have a look at messages from your future spouse. But before we pick the messages, just to let you know, this was a part 2. So I wanted to kind of do this reading again and see if I could get any more information for you. Or if anything else comes in, or it could just be like additional messages, but it's just whatever comes up. I'm trying to keep it a structure. So how will your future spouse feel when they first see you, and kind of their first impression versus how they're going to feel when they get to know you, and then we'll pick up some messages. For power number 1, I did try and see how they're going to meet them, or you know, who's going to make the first move, so I'll try and see if I can pick that up for you as well. So let's have a look. Power number 2, how will they feel when they first see you? Power number 2, how will their future spouse or future partner feel when they first see them, when they first meet them? Caring connection came up for power number 1 as well. How would they feel? Okay, so they're going to feel straight away that you're someone that's kind of caring, someone that is approachable. They're going to feel like they're just going to have this instant feeling, you know, there's going to be this instant spark where they're going to feel a connection between the two of you. Now when they first see you, you might be doing something, you might be in the process of you know, you might be in the library reading a book, you might be in a bookshop, you might be in a gallery, museum, or you might be you know, working. That's just one example, but I feel like you're going to be thinking, you're going to be in the process of doing something, and just kind of thinking. You're going to be in your own world. You might be on your computer for some of them, for some of you, you might be in the internet cafe on your computer, but I feel like you're going to come across as someone that's busy, knowledgeable. You're coming across as someone that has their you know, their shit together, basically. You're someone that really has, you're coming, when they first see you, they're going to feel like you're someone that's maybe in an authoritative role. You're someone that might be a boss, you might be someone that has their own business, or you might be someone that's, you know, studying really hard and try and get somewhere. Like you're coming across as intellectual, you're coming across as someone that's, you know, living life meaningfully, living life with purpose. That's how you're coming across. Okay, you're coming across as someone that's very busy. Okay, so when they are going to feel that instant attraction. How would they feel? How would they feel? How would they feel? How will power number 2's person feel when they see them? They're going to be in their head a little bit. How are they going to feel? We've got strength twice. You might be a Leo. They might be a Leo. They're going to have the courage. I feel like they're going to get the courage to go up and ask you out. I feel like I didn't get this information for power 1, but it's coming through for you. Like they're going to be in their head a little bit, as in, is this person even going to look at me? Or, you know, because like we've got thinking woman and the 4 of cups straight underneath it, can you see that he's not even looking at the cup that's been offered? You know, the person's looking at these 3. So they're worried that that's going to be you. Like you're not going to pay much, you're not going to pay attention to them when they approach you. Like you're just going to be, oh, whatever, you know, oh, I'm busy, you know. So they're going to be in their head a little bit about it. But I feel like with the Knight of Swords, they're just going to say, well, F it, I'm just going to go for it. Like, I'm not going to lose this opportunity. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go in and ask power number 2 out. So they're going to be really strong and about it, and they're going to feel really happy because I feel like it's going to be a successful meeting. So you will be exchanging numbers. What's going to happen? Knight of Swords. Too many cards. Tell me a little bit about the 3. Sorry. 7 of Swords and Knight of Swords. Right. And Knight of Swords. Yeah, so even though it's, you know, that energy of going in quickly, being hasty, their intention with the 6 of Cups is they're going to want home with you. They're going to want to, you know, they feel like there's some sort, they feel that instant connection, and they're going to want to feel like, they feel like there's something more than just what meets the eye. They feel very intrigued. They're very intrigued by you. They're very, what's the word? They're very intrigued, interested, and they don't want this opportunity to go because, you know, with home, there's something about your energy that feels at home with them. Okay, you feel like home. So when I say like you feel like home, you feel comfortable, you feel your energy is not repelling, you know, your energy is not, even though you're looking like someone that's really empowered, you're looking like someone that's really, you know, got something going on, you're not, you know, you don't feel, your energy doesn't feel intimidating. So with these 8 of Swords and this in reverse, the 5 of Wands, I feel like, you know, they're going to be probably making this move forward because they don't want to have to compete for your attention. So they don't want to miss this opportunity. And, you know, with the 5 of Wands in reverse, it also suggests to me that they're not going to you know, be in their head for very long. You know, they're not going to have this conflicting energy. Like, it's going to be initial worries, like, oh, what if they don't, you know, pay attention to me? but it's not going to be there for very long. It's just going to be there for a very short amount of time, because they're just going to go in very quickly, make the, you know, start flirting, or, you know, making their intentions clear, talking to you. Maybe they might start something, they might look at the book that you're reading and start conversation around that, ask you a question, you know, something around something to try and spark your interest. So I feel like you might both be Leos, but it doesn't have to be. This person is also very kind of strong person. I feel like you're quite a strong person. So when I say strong, I just mean that you know what you want, you go after what you want. In general, you might be confident, or you might just have the confidence to, you know, really see your goals or your dreams, really set sort of goals, but also having learned from any mistakes, you've built your strength that way. And I feel like it's that for them as well. They really know what they want, you know, they've had life experience, they've learned lessons, and in general they are able to maneuver through life's challenges. Whatever's going to happen, obviously, is going to be, you're both going to exchange numbers, or you're both going to start speaking. Let's have a look. So it's how will they feel when they first see you, versus once they get to know you. Once they get to know you, what their feelings going to be like. Once they get to know you, how they're going to feel. Once part number two's person's going to get to know them, how they're going to feel. Do you know what, actually? I want a bit more information about how they're going to feel when they first see you. How they're going to feel, their first impression. How they're going to feel when they first see them. They feel like you've got options. Feel. I feel like they're gonna move. So we saw the Knight of Swords earlier on, and then here we have the Eight of Wands. That's fast moving energy, so they're gonna move in very quickly. They're gonna, you know, move in quickly. It's gonna move, like they're not gonna hang about. Like with pile number one, they were friends or they were acquaintances, they got to know each other before. With this pile, it's more like, I see you, I want you, I'm gonna make it known. So they're going to quickly come in. They're going to straight away know that they're going to want some sort of commitment with you. They're going to want the traditional sort of life. So whatever that looks like to you, but kind of traditional, you know, courting and traditional dating and traditional. They're your future spouse, so you're going to be a long-term relationship. So the end goal is obviously to be with you in a committed relationship. So with their Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords, I feel like they might be feeling a bit indecisive in terms of they're not going to know, they're not going to be able to gauge whether you have other options, or you're talking to someone. They're not going to be able to gauge that, obviously, from first meeting you. So they're going to, you know, they're going to kind of come in with some communication very quickly. Any more information? So I feel like the communication that you're not going to see it coming. So you're probably going to be like, oh, this person's asking me a question, or this person's making conversation about something. Like you're not going to see straight away that they're hitting on you. Okay. You're not going to see straight away that they're hitting on you. So with the Queen of Swords, you know, you're coming across like to the point. You know, if they've come in to ask you a question, you're like to the point. You're not actually seeing them as flirting, because they're not going to be very flirty. They're going to try and keep the conversation intellectual, I feel. Okay, so you're not going to see it coming. You're not going to see it coming. Okay, so how are they going to feel when they first see them? The Tower. Yeah, you're not going to see it coming. It's going to come out of nowhere for you. Pile number 2. This meeting. This meeting is going to come out of nowhere. This person's going to approach you out of nowhere. It's all going to come out of nowhere. Queen of Swords. But you're not going to really see it as your future spouse. Okay, you're not going to see it as your future spouse. I want to know how they're going to feel. I need one more card. How's the future spouse going to feel? How's the future spouse going to feel? Okay, they're going to have romantic feelings, so they're going to try and, you know, they're going to want to offer you, so this cup, so they're going to be very charming, they're going to be romantic, but they're going to do so in a very proper way. They're not going to be inappropriate in any way. They're not just going to be all like flirty. They're just going to be really dignified about it, okay? So I feel like they're going to be kind of balanced in their energy. They're going to try and make you feel comfortable, but there's a level of, like with the Queen of Swords, because you're coming across as someone that's like, you know, that's a serious person, you know. With the Queen of Swords, she's very to the point. She's very happy to cut anything out, any BS or that doesn't serve. She's looking after her interest, and I feel like you know, because you come across that way, they, you know, later on they're gonna, you know, be more romantic, but initially they might approach you obviously in a bit more of a dignified manner. Okay, for some of you, not for all, you might be going through a divorce at the time. Okay, and I picked that up for pile number 1 as well. So for some of you, you might be going through a divorce and moving on to something better. Okay, right, so when the first impression versus when they get to know you. So this is like when you guys start dating. What are their feelings? So what are their feelings going to be like? How are they going to feel? When you first start dating, or when you start dating and they get to know you, how are they going to feel? How are they going to feel? One more. Oh, right. Divine counterparts coming up here with the King and Queen of Pentacles. So why is the 2 of Pentacles here? So I feel like for some of you, when you first meet, there might be a little pause for some reason, and then you kind of start the relationship. So that might be for some of you, like if you're going through anything, for some of you that are going through a divorce at the time that you meet, you guys might have to sort of put a little pause, and then in terms of dating, or you know, whatever reason, and then you'll come back together. But when they get to know you, they know that they're definitely going to want a new beginning with you. They're really going to want to start something fresh. How are they going to feel? How are they going to feel? They're going to feel like you're their counterpart. Oh my god, the same sort of cards that come up for card number 1, similar tarot deck. So with the Justice, for some of you, you might be going through some legalities, and you might be dealing with something. So that might kind of put a slight pause, and then you guys will get going. I'm not, for some, not for all, you might know this person before from childhood or something, and then you kind of get into, you bump into each other. So that's for some of you. But definitely they feel like they're going to want that new beginning. They feel like they're going to want that home life with you. And then once they get to know you, they're going to be supporting you with whatever it is that you're going through as well. So with the Justice, if you're going through anything any legalities. I feel like a lot of you will be going through some sort of tower moment, some massive change in your life, some big shift and turn in your life, and they're going to be there. They're going to wait about. They're going to wait. They're going to, you know, because they made their feelings clear, or they've gone in, got your number and started talking to you, and now they've really happy to just support you. Okay, so they want to support you. They feel like this is destined. With, you know, I feel like with some of you, you're financially stable. They might be financially stable. They might have their own business, or they might be doing well within their career. In general, they're a really grounded person, and I feel like so are you. So you match each other's energy, which is really amazing, and which is something that they've picked up on. And but there is something going on. Okay, there will be something going on which would cause a huge shift in your life, but for the better. With the Wheel of Fortune there, it's for the better. You know, it's kind of your luck coming in. It's something you know, for the better coming in for you. Destined is something that's destined to be. You two are destined to be together, so that's why things have been shaken up in your life, in order to come back together and be kind of more stable, and for you to be with a connection which is going to be supportive of you, allow you to grow as an individual as well, and spiritually as well. So let's get some messages. Pile number 2. When they first see you, what are they going to say? What do they want to say when they first see you? When they first see you. Ooh. I feel safe when I'm with you. So you've got like a nurturing energy around you. Ooh. You're someone that's in general is stable. What else do we have? So we have I want you back. For some of you, you might have known this person before, and like with this that I said, maybe you grew up with them, you might not have dated them. For some of you, you might have dated for a very short period, but it's not going to be for all of you. I'm awakening to our connection. So if you did date this person before, then or you knew them before, then they are awakening to the connection and the potential connection between the two of you. So that's literally your initial, when you first meet. I can and will change. So for a lot of you, you might have, you know, you couldn't have known this person before. For others, if it was a past life thing, you know, it might be a connection that didn't work, and this time round, you know, they are in it, they're feeling the connection, and they, you know, they want to be with you. I can and I will change. So for some of you, if you knew them before and maybe you broke up for a particular reason, maybe they weren't ready for a relationship, then they want to let you know that they have changed. But if you don't know this person, you know, when they get to know you, if there's anything that needs to be changed, so then there's something that they would consider. But yeah, please forgive me. I don't know if you knew this person before. For a lot of you, stubbornness is taking over right now. So yeah, definitely a lot of people watching this, you knew this person before. Everywhere I go, I see things that remind me of you. So for some, they might have, you know, when you broke up, met someone else, or put you in a third party. That's just for some, if you knew this person. But they're coming in and they just want to give this connection a real go. For others, that if you don't know this person, and you know they're not someone that you dated, even knew, then I feel like this person previously was kind of stubborn. There were probably someone that had to change, maybe someone that is might have messed up a connection previously, and they've learnt from their mistakes, and it's something that they are not prepared to do. So maybe when they were younger, much younger, they might have been, you know, seen a couple of people at once, they might have cheated, or they might have being someone that kind of, you know, was just having a bit of fun. But now they're at a stage of their life where they've got it out their system, and they really do, you know, they don't, you know, it's not something that they associate themselves with, it's not something that they want, so they're moving away from that energy. There's someone that's really more balanced, someone that's someone that's kind of mature and responsible with their King of Pentacles. You know, King of Pentacles won't cheat, they're loyal. And you're both like a divine counterparts, yeah? So they're definitely someone that has learned from any mistakes. They've changed their ways if they were a bit of a player before. When they first see you, I feel like you're going to be on their mind a lot when you first meet. So when they're not with you, they go into... you're going to be on their mind. So I want to start something real and solid with you. So straight away they are going to know they're going to want to start something with you. It is your future spouse or future long-term partner. And you know, guys, you know, sometimes people do, when they're younger, you know, have a certain lifestyle, and then, you know, life happens, maybe they learn lessons, and that's what life is about sometimes, learning lessons, knowing what you don't want anymore, knowing what you do want. And I feel like for those of you that it's not someone coming back, or it's not someone that you knew from like growing up and then kind of has separated, then it's definitely someone that's really changed their ways. Right, let's have a look. I have fallen really hard for you. You make me proud, and there's so much depth to you. So yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles, you're someone that's self-sufficient, you're very intelligent, you're self-reliant, and I feel like, you know, you're not codependent, and they can really see that. They're really proud of what you've achieved or what you're trying to achieve. They're really proud of your goal. They're really proud of how financially stable you are, or on your way to become financially stable. And financially stable doesn't have to be like you earn lots and lots of money. It could be like you've got real goals that you're working towards, or you're making, you know, you're doing really well, you're stable, and you're someone that is like, I feel with the Cain connection and the Queen of Pentacles, is someone that they want to start a family with, because you are someone that actually wants that. And if you don't literally want children, you might want the traditional life, you know, or you might want a stable connection. I feel like there's a lot to you, so there's so much depth to you. I feel like some of you read a lot, or, you know, educate yourself a lot. You're very knowledgeable. You might have, you know, you're quite educated, and they're really hard. They're falling for you. I've never met anyone like you, so you're like the whole package to them, and they're definitely never going to mess that up, okay? They've learnt from lessons, and they're not going to, you know, mess up anything. Let's see what else. You're so beautiful inside and out. What else do we have? What other messages for their future spouse? I've never met anyone like you. Let's go on an adventure. So even like with the Pentacles, they're very stable, you know, but I feel like you've both been making enough money to travel, and that's something that they're going to want to do with you. You might have obviously like the travel bug in common, so you might be doing a lot of traveling together, and they really appreciate you for your individuality. You're someone that is not like everyone else out there. You're not shallow. You have a lot of depth to you, and they really appreciate that. They really like that, and they just find that really attractive. Okay, and then let's get one more message from the future spouse. There's so much more than meets the eye. So yeah, there's a lot more to you than meets the eye. As I mentioned, you are doing quite a bit. You might also have a side hustle for some of you, and they get to know that as they get to know you, and they're really impressed by you. That's why they're really proud of you, and they're just like in awe of you. Okay, my power number 2. So that's all I see for you in terms of messages from your future spouse. If you did enjoy it, then please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I will be doing more exclusive readings for my members only. So just feel free to pop anything down in the comment box. If you want to make a suggestion, I'll definitely take it on board. You know, if it's something that's appropriate, I will definitely do a pick a card for you guys. Okay, so you get a say in what I upload. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a member. I will wish you a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, and I hope to see you soon.